Hello, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright. We are questioning TTeu. My full name is TTeu Quist. I'm employed as an operatic tenor. Excuse me. The witness called to the stand was Mr. Benjamin Woodman, ventriloquist. That role must be cutting off your circulation. I said that I was a singer. Maybe you don't believe me. Fine, I'll grace you with a song. Me. The world of the law, exciting and daring, guilt or innocence. Decided by a judge, dressed up like a woman. Oh, what do you think? It had a good rhythm. It's just the lyrics, that leaves something to be desired, so to speak. TTeu, you know better than to insult a judge. Shut up, just look at your nose. You think you'd have the sense to fix it. It's so ugly, I want to punch you in the face on the off chance swelling would help. You know what, your nose is the reason you'll never be a A-list star. Celebrities must really enjoy saying everything that flashes into their minds. What's going on here? Order! I'm about to know who the witness is. Don't worry about me, sir. I'll let TTeu handle this. I'm not worried about you one bit. I'm worried about getting testimony. Ouch! You won't get anywhere trying to figure out this witness. Now let's proceed. What you witnessed. Once practice was over, I left the tent with a clown. Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza's entrance. That's when I saw Max, heading towards the scene of the crime. He was the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer? Then the police showed up and took Magic Boy away. You saw 𝐒𝐩𝐞𝐜𝐬 heading towards the scene, you're sure of that? Without a doubt, he had his silk hat, cloak, and the damn white roses on his chest. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup? And his nose stuck up so high. That's enough, I think we all get the picture. Just one thing, you said you ditched the clown. That's right, dress boy. Well, since you weren't with him, couldn't that mean the clown committed a crime? He's got a point. What a shame, it was a nice theory, but the clown can't be the culprit. Why is that? Here's an absolute proof. A silk hat. This was found at the scene of the crime. It belongs to the defendant. Without question, he was wearing his signature hat during practice. If the clown was the murderer, there would be no reason for this hat to be at the scene. Well done, Miss 𝐒𝐻𝐞𝐜𝐬. Prosecutorial skills are unrivaled. Well done. Thank you for stating the obvious. Thank you for, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What do you have to say? Okay, I guess she's the boss again today. Alright, let's do some cross-examination. Once practice was over, I left the tent with the clown. The clown? You're talking about Mo. Of course I'm talking about that old fart. He's so pathetic, I can't stand him. Just a little bit of exercise and his makeup is running all over the place. Once practice was over, he was the 9/10 of the way to keeling over for good. Poor guy. We didn't have any choice, so Ben took him back to his room. When it comes to being a first place loser, that guy's ahead of the pack. What happened? Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza's entrance. Why the plaza entrance? You do some thinking, of course. It was awfully cold out that night, especially with all the snow around. Wouldn't thinking your nice warm lodging house have been a better idea? Mr. Phoenix Wright, I think you should leave the thinking without a witness. But I'm a good thinker. At least my teachers always said I was. That's when I saw Max, heading towards the scene of the crime. Are you sure it was really 𝐒𝐻𝐿𝐼𝐴? Of course I'm sure. How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby three-piece getup? Snobby three-piece getup? Who walks out of years? The lawyers nowadays, you're all talking like a brick wall. Max's three-piece getup. Jeez, could you be any more dense? All together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you. Nick, I think you should put a little bit more effort into preparing your questions. Who's the only one heading that way? How could that punk not be the killer? You saw Max and only Max, right, TTeu? That's right, and that makes him the killer. There was only one person headed that way that night. That makes quite a bit of sense and makes Max one suspicious character. There's more to this story than meets the eye. Is there something I miss in this? There is no proof it was Max. Wait a second. There's no proof that a witness saw Maximilian Galactica. Hey, you still don't get it, do you? I saw what I saw. It was Max's three-piece joke of a costume. Alright, let's all say it together. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you. I think you should study up on your celebrities, Mr. Wright. Great, I'm getting shut down by a toy. There's no proof. Then the police showed up and took Magic Boy away. Around what time did the police arrive at the scene? I suppose that would have been around... Hey, what time was it? I think it was around, I would say about 10:30 PM, I think. Practice ended at 10 PM, so you hung around the lodging house the entire time? I guess that sounds about right. Wasn't it awfully cold? Can you believe you just stand outside in that weather? Well, the truth is... Shut up, you big-nosed dope! Why are you telling him anything extra? How can you believe that we just stand outside in the weather? Well, maybe we're waiting for someone. What? Who said we're waiting for someone? Mr. Phoenix Wright, we can all do without your offhanded theories. But this witness, he's cracking under the pressure already. I'm onto something. Mr. Wright. What do you suppose the witness was waiting for out in the cold that night? Regina. Well, if he was waiting outside in the cold, it was for one person. And one person only. He was waiting for the animal tamer, Regina. Whoa! We're waiting outside for Regina to come back to the lodging house. Am I mistaken? Is this true? Well, you can't really ask you that question. Who cares who I was waiting for that night? What's important? What I saw, don't you forget it. Well, the puppet may be a bit stiff, but he's right. It seems that at this stage I have no reason to doubt this witness testimony. There are clearly no conclusive contradictions. He's right. A brilliant judgment, Your Honor. Now let's move along with the testimony. Trilla wouldn't happen to have an ulterior motive for recriminating Max, would he? Max is part of that bitter love triangle with Regina, which is probably why Max conked him over the head. Nick, wasn't Ben the one who got knocked over the head? Yeah, I think so. I don't know anymore. Once practice was over, I left the tent with a stooge, clown. Okay, we need to figure out something else. The witness statement is clearly faulty, Your Honor. Okay, never mind. I need to save it. Okay, well, I need to figure that out. Well, no, he wasn't the only one heading there, right? Because... Oh my god, I didn't mean to press that. I didn't mean to press that. Okay, present here, and he was also going there. This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in the statement. I don't know. You saw Max and only Max, right, Willow? That's right, and that makes him the killer. Okay. Ben only saw Max. That's a bit strange, don't you think? Strange. That he only saw Max. Doesn't it seem like you should have seen someone else as well? What? Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? What else do you suppose the witness could have seen? Or the victim? That's the victim. That's correct. If Trillo was at the entrance to the plaza, he should have seen the ringmaster as well. Obviously, the ringmaster arrived at the scene of the crime before the witness. Could have seen him. Anyone with a sense could have figured that one out. What are you talking about? The ringmaster and the Max went together to the ringmaster's room. Is that according to the defendant? A likely story. If Maximilian Galactica was supposed to be in the ringmaster's room, why was he, just as the witness stated, at the scene of the crime? Ah, I see. Alright. There is obviously a reason why this witness was there that night. He spent all that time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, even if someone else would have walked right in front of him, I doubt he would have paid him a second thought. Ah! That makes perfect sense. What did you just say? The witness saw the defendant at the scene of the crime. However, he did not see the victim on the way to his eventual demise. If you accept that, then you must accept that there is a high likelihood that he could have missed someone else other than Max heading there. There is absolutely no proof that a witness was waiting for the animal tamer. There is. We have the ring. I guess you got me. Alright, I'll spill the beans for real this time. It's true, I was waiting for Regina. Ah, don't volunteer things. Mr. Quiz, tell us the truth this time, and I mean the whole truth. Were you or were you not waiting for Regina at the entrance to the lodging house? I was waiting to propose to her. You were what? Waiting to propose? What the matter? Do you think that humans have a monopoly on marriage? The matter of puppet marriage is not under review in this case. You're the judge. I mean, look at your horrible outfit. More pain. Thanks to your bubbling, my perfect plan is not to be so perfect anymore. Now we have to waste time getting the bottom of some silly proposal by a puppet. Alright, let's go. Second one. Don't be so surprised that I was going to propose to Regina. I even had something to give to her. I kept it in my pocket, waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. That's not true, because I have it. You're going to propose? You, a puppet? It's obtuse. Just because I'm a puppet doesn't mean I can't laugh. I guess you're right. Just because I'm old doesn't mean I couldn't propose to her too. Exactly. His honor is looking a little less than honorable right now. Okay, Mr. Wright, please continue with your cross-examination. What is with that side and about the proposal? Okay. Don't be so surprised that I was going to propose to Regina. By proposal, you mean proposing marriage, correct? Regina. Of course that's what I meant. What kind of stupid question is that? I was going to propose that we become some sort of outlaw biker gang together. Then? Yeah. Got it? That's the truth. I even had something to give to her. What was it exactly that you planned on giving her? You know exactly what I was going to give her, numbskull. The only thing I could find that could match Regina's beauty. Answer his question. What was it? You're gonna die when you hear this. It's an engagement ring. Engagement ring? Wow, those two nearly fell out of their chairs. Mr. Phoenix Wright's jokes has gone too far. Time for this to end right here. Franziska's whip looks like it's about to lash out at almost anything. One hit from that thing will probably shut someone up for a long time. We should anyway. It may be something of a joke, but this is a historic moment. The first time that a puppet has ever proposed to a human. Ow! Voicy to cut this argument short. I'm going to have to agree with the defense here. Will the witness please revise their testimony, specifically about their engagement ring? I'd like to stick to facts, not sociology. You sure do enjoy sweating the details, especially for a man in a black bathrobe. I plan on giving an engagement ring to Regina. An engagement ring? It's actually a diamond-shaped stone cut from glass. Even more brilliant than the real thing. I think Regina is going to love it. It's just a ring. What's the matter, Nick? Well, there's got to be something I can catch him on. I kept it in my pocket, waiting for a chance to propose and give it to her. Whose pocket was the ring in? Mine, of course. What a stupid question. You gotta be kidding me. You think Ben could pull up that off? I'm sorry, really. You don't have to apologize for that. He's the one who should be apologizing. Really. Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. It was present for her. So you went to the lodging house to give it to her? That's right. I tried to give it to her during practice so many times that I lost count, but that uppity snob kept getting it in the way. Uppity snob? He couldn't possibly be talking about me, 𝐒𝐸𝐽𝐿. When I get a hold of him, I'm gonna saw his woodblock in half, and not with magic. Well, they always say that love creates rivalries. So what about his present? In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. No, you don't, because I have it in my pocket. Trillo, do you mind if I show you something? What is it? What are you talking about? Uh-oh, looks like they are going to double team me now. Do you recognize this ring? Ah, that's mine! Give it back! Thief! Thief! Didn't you just testify about this very object? I believe you said. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. Why then do I have it right here? Ah! What is going on here? That's... Say something! Don't put me on the spot like that, Trillo. Found this in Money's room. Money's room? You mean a room they put money like bank vault? Ah, that filthy monkey is gonna get what's coming to him. Mr. Quist, I would prefer if you avoided slandering innocent fiats in my court. Oh, Your Honor, Money really is a monkey, in every sense of the word. Ah, I see. Well done. Money likes to go after the shiniest things that he can find and gather them up. Shiny things? Trillo? When was this ring stolen from you? Well, I suppose it was... that time, you know. That night. The night of the crime. What did you just say? Details. I need more details. Well, it was stolen right after Max showed up in the plaza. Right about when you saw the defendant walk past, correct? Well, guess you might be able to say that. The ring might have, well, it could have been taken around that time. Ah, yeah. Ben, what's with you? Oh, whatever. There's nothing to do with anything, especially not with who committed the murder. It's not for you to decide what was to do with what. Now, Trillo, back to the topic at hand. I haven't admitted a thing, not I, Mr. Trilloquist. What did you do when the ring was taken, Trillo? You know exactly what I did. I chased after that ring-snatching monkey Money. But you weren't able to catch up with him, were you? It's all this slow, laughy fool called Ben's fault. While he was fumbling his way through the snow, the dumb monkey was able to get away. That is indeed an incredible shame. Well, this does indeed prove one very important point. Prove an important point? What point could that possibly be? Ben's testimony has a flaw. There's a huge contradiction in this witness testimony. Contradiction? The witness just testified to the following effect. Up until the police arrived, he didn't move from the entrance to the plaza. However, the witness just stated that it chased after Money the monkey. When the witness was off chasing Money, there was no one watching the plaza. What is the meaning of this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Where are you going with this little theory of yours? I'm saying that there is no possible way that this witness saw the plaza the entire time. That's where I'm going with this little theory, which leads me to my next point. It is entirely possible that someone other than the defendant was at the scene. Interesting, Mr. Wright. Well then, tell me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Do you have any proof that something slipped past this ventriloquist? Well, he obviously didn't see the victim, the ringmaster, arrive on the scene. However, that doesn't change the fact that he saw the defendant arrive. The witness is lying. He is blinded by his rivalry with Max. Well, the defense argument does hold water. This witness does have a history of animosity towards the defendant. What? How dare you? I wouldn't just lie to get that dorkface in trouble. He's not even worth it. I saw him, no doubt about it. I saw that worthless liar. Well, just for clarity's sake, let's flesh out exactly who you saw on that night. I've told you so many times, you think you know. My story is not changing. You've already changed your stories, big boy. And I'm sure it will change some more. Where there is one lie, there are usually many more behind it. Exactly, Maya. That's why we have to keep after him. Yeah. Witnessing Max. Okay. I'll give you that I was waiting for night for Agina. That doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night. He showed up after I had been waiting there for about 5 minutes. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. I'm absolutely sure it was Maximilian Galactica at the scene. There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. Could be anyone. So that means that Money didn't show up until after he saw Max? That's right. Money ran up less than a minute after I saw Max. And Money snatched the ring, and he went chasing after him. How long was it until he came back to where you were waiting? Well, let's see. Let's say about... I suppose 5 minutes, I think. So the victim could have arrived on the scene in that 5-minute stretch. Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination. Let's do that. Shall we? Alright. I'll give you that I was waiting that night for Regina. So you are only concerned with waiting for Regina that night. It means you probably wouldn't have noticed if someone else showed up. You should think about how many eyes I actually have. I've got 4, you know? 4! Counting Ben, of course. With that many eyes, do you really think something would have slipped by me? 4 eyes is an awful lot of attention directed at one area, I suppose. Yikes, the judge is even more dangerous to our case than Trilo. That doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night. So you saw Max coming out of the big top that night. Of course, that's where I saw him coming from. I was staring at the entrance to the tent the entire time. This didn't make sense, especially when he was waiting for Regina. He showed up after I had been waiting there for about 5 minutes. About what time would you say these events took place? You want of the dumbest people on the planet if you can't figure it out yourself. You already know that the practice finished promptly at 10 PM, and you already know that I went to the lodging house right after the practice. You don't need to be a brain surgeon to know around what time it was when I saw him. Just add 10 more minutes. I'm sure you can do that. Now what time it was? Indeed, what time it was? What time was it? Let me think about it for a second. I'm not good at that. It was 10:10 PM. Ah, yes, that sounds about right. Sounds about right because that's the time I saw Max on the scene. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. So you testify that you said good evening to Max that night. You must enjoy asking incredibly obvious questions. You say good morning in the morning and good afternoon during the day, right? And it's obvious that I would say good night to someone at night. What, Ben? You've got something to add? Let me guess, that's not it, Trilo. You say good evening at night. I'm sorry, Trilo. Mr. Quist, I would prefer if you kept your ventriloquist act outside the courtroom. Impossible! A performer lives and breathes his performances. You should know better. There's got to be something wrong with this bit of a testimony. Trilo's evening greeting. Isn't that a bit strange to you? What do you mean? Well, if you hate Max so much, why would you bother being nice to him? It strikes me as somewhat strange. Why would it strike you as strange? Exactly, how is it strange to be cordial to one of your coworkers? Well, if it was simply just being cordial to a coworker, I would understand. Maybe you should think of having some proof before your lips start flapping next time. Proof is everything in this world. You should have learned that back in grade school. There's no reason that 𝐒𝐲 would ever say something nice to Max. But how do I go about proving that with the evidence? Nothing is everything in this world. I'm sure you already learned that one. I guess I can give it a shot. The witness will resume his testimony. I'm absolutely sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Galactica at the scene. You are 100% absolutely sure of what you just said. I told you already, jeez. I'm 100% absolutely sure. There's no way that he could be any more confident than that, right? There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those three ridiculous symbols. Those three ridiculous symbols, huh? Out of courtesy, exactly how many times have you asked that question by now? I'm gonna ask again. I'll answer with a chorus. Everyone together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you very much. Oh yeah. You didn't have to join in, did you? But it's fun shouting at everyone else. There's to be a hole in this testimony somewhere. I agree, but do we have the proof to make something stick? All we can do is try, Nick. Gotta have something that will be useful. Alright, time to go to work. Let me save again. Let's see if I can present the bottle. 𝐒𝐲, is it not true that you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder? A fight? Fight over a Geno to be exact. It wasn't that big of a deal, it was just an argument, a disagreement at most. A disagreement usually doesn't end with someone getting clonked over the head. Ah! Hello, Maron. Good to see you. That morning, Ben got clobbered over the head by Max, didn't he? Well, what? Is that an admission of assault and battery? Ouch. Before we handle that, we should wrap up the defendant's murder charge first. The truth that, on the day of the crime, the defendant and witness had a huge fight. There's absolutely no way they would have suddenly become cordial that evening. Moreover, just consider the personality of the witness on stand. There is no way a puppet this lewd would just get up and say good evening to his rival. Ah! Are you saying this witness is lying? And he is trying to frame the defendant by claiming to have seen him at the crime scene? I didn't tell a single lie, honestly, I just... That's enough from you, Mr. Quist. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Let's clarify this testimony for the court. Could you explain your theory about who the witness actually saw that night? He saw a different person. It is my belief that the witness did indeed see someone that night. It was just someone else. That's who he said good evening to. What kind of theory is that? The correct one. Furthermore, I don't believe that person the witness saw was Max at all. What? If you had truly met Max that night, there would have been no greeting at all. Which means there is only one proper answer. The person the witness saw that night was not Maximilian Galactica. That is why 𝐒𝐲 made the effort to greet whoever it was that he saw that evening. Or good evening as he put it. What in the world, you? Would you defense kindly explain who it was 𝐒𝐲 saw that evening then? I don't fucking know. Definitely not a clown. It could be Russell. I'm gonna put the hat, maybe? This is the person that witnessed. Okay, never mind. Let's save. Okay, let's try a different one. It must be Regina, right? It's Regina, right? She's so cute. No, Your Honor. It's not Regina. If it was Regina, Troll would have given her the engagement ring as a present. Oh, yeah. I suppose you've got a point there. It was Russell Berry, the victim himself, was it not? You're correct. It was indeed Russell Berry. Huh? The person you saw that evening was the victim, the ringmaster, Russell Berry. That's why you greeted him, Trilo. Isn't that correct? Answer the question, Mr. Quest. Order, how do you respond to this? Well, wait a second. Well, at first I thought it was the old man, but once I got a better look at him, it was obviously Maximilian Galactica. I think it's high time that we clear the air about this question. Mr. Quest obviously witnessed a single person in the area of the plaza that evening. The problem is identifying who exactly that person was. Was it Maximilian Galactica? Or was it Ringmaster, Mr. Russell Berry? The prosecution argues that it was the defendant that the witness saw that night. The witness has clearly stated that he saw the defendant's 3 symbols. 3 symbols? Alright, this is getting old. Come on, man, you've got to remember them by now. Here we go again, everyone. All together now. Oh. Yes, we know. The silk hat, cloak, and the white roses. Silk hat and the cloak. Anyone could wear them. They would even look good on me. What was that? Well, the witness has endlessly repeated that he saw Max's 3 symbols. However, how do we really know it was Maximilian Galactica? It could have been someone else dressed up as him. It's possibly even Russell Berry. What? Miss Von Karma, do you have clear evidence that the person the witness saw was the defendant? Well, if that's the case, then it's just impossible for me to make a judgment at this point. Yes, I think we finally won a point on this one. That is very unfortunate. Huh? You're just a little too excited for your own good, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What do you mean by that? You merely established one thing from this witness. You established that this witness saw one person in the plaza that night. I applaud you on your effort, but... who that person was can only be answered by the next witness. Your Honor, the prosecution will provide beyond a shadow of a doubt an answer to that question and evidence that clearly establish one thing. That there is no one other than Maximilian Galactica responsible for his crime. Very well. The court will take a 10-minute recess. During that time, I request the prosecution prepare their next witness. Court is now in recess. Okay. To be continued. Nice, we have a save. We have a save point. That means we get our powers back. Fully. Sweetie! You have to believe me, I didn't go anywhere near that crime scene. So then, where were you when the murder took place? We talked about it yesterday. Remember? I was in the ringmaster's room. And while you were there, it was the ringmaster who left the room, right? Exactly, he told me to wait in the room because he would be right back. That's when Ringmaster headed to the scene of the crime, right? That's what it seems like. But the ringmaster must have been wearing Musk's costume, right? Oh, sweetie, I just remembered. I went straight to the ringmaster's room still dressed in my stage clothes. But when I got there, I went ahead and took the costume off. Which means... It means that the ringmaster could have taken this costume and went out looking like Max. Fabulous! That's a fabulously possible possibility. Well done, Nick. However, sweetie, why would a ringmaster want to dress up like me? Isn't that a bit strange? If you think about it, all they found on the crime scene was my silk hat. What about my cloak? Where did that go? Well, Max, I never thought of that. You should be a detective or something. Well, I was never quite sure when I grew up, magician or president. You have no idea how hard it was to make a decision. That's really cool. Fabulous. It is suddenly mystery just keeps getting deeper. December 29th. Now that everyone is back, let's get started. The court is now back in session. Miss von Karma, please proceed with the prosecution's case. Very well, I will now call my next witness. A pitiful clown with the unfortunate distinction of having seen the entire thing. Will Mr. Lawrence Curls please take the stand? Why did she just call him pitiful clown? The witness will state his name and occupation for the court record. In the West Coast Nophobia. Name and occupation. Will the witness please inform the court why he's speaking autobiographical gibberish? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just not used to being in court. I've never been in a courtroom in my life. I wasn't quite sure the joke is best suited for this occasion. What in the world are you talking about? We're in the Grand Hall of Justice, not some comedy club. Since it's easy for you to see occupation, please state your name for the court. Oh yeah, maybe this joke is okay. Do I have to wear pants? The sign says, no shirt, no shoes, no service. Ha ha ha! Okay, how about this? Have you met my proctologist, Dr. Sailor Butts? What was that one? Ha 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 ha! A couple clowns. Your name? Lawrence Curls, professional funny man, also known as Mo the Clown. You witnessed the scene at around 10:15 the day of the murder, correct? Yes, it is. Very well, Mr. Curls. Will you please testify to what you saw that evening? A rabbi, a priest, and a Raftasian walked into... Without the humor, please. Okay. Oh, poor Mo can't be his normal stoogey self in court. I know, I'm not the greatest comedian in the world. I haven't been able to make people laugh for 10 years. No matter what I say, all I get in return is a vacant stare and a polite applause. Since no one ever laughs at my jokes, I've taken laughing at them myself. It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying. Imagine my predicament. I'm a clown who can't make people laugh. I'm almost useless. I keep trying. I even tried to come up with jokes just for today. But this atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I decided to try making everyone laugh. Seriously, everyone, what do you think of me? How am I doing? Aren't we the ones supposed to be asking the questions here? Witness? Huh? We will listen to your call for help after the court proceedings are over. Thus, please, stick to the facts of this case. Really? You'll really hear me out? Well, I'll make sure that one of my staff will be your straight man later. Thank you, I can wait. Poor 𝐒𝐤𝐬. Now that's settled. Shall we begin once again with the testimony? Of course we can. I'll talk for as long as you want. What you witnessed? The night of the murder, after the practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. I thought I would go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out of the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away though. It was the ringmaster and he was in with Max. He was wearing his cloak. I kept watching them, but all of a sudden, Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. That's very interesting. If this eyewitness account is to be believed, I have enough to pass judgment right now. Of course you can. There is no way this account can be criticized. However, the witness is a bit, how do you say, off-kilter. Almost like there's some sort of atmosphere of guilt surrounding him. Ha 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 ha, that must be because of my insincere smile. Mr. Wright, please begin the defense crew's examination. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, you've got to find some kind of contradiction in this testimony. I know that. Mr. Wright. Your Honor? I'm afraid that if you push this witness too far, it would bring disaster upon the court. Thus, I sincerely hope you are not going to engage in pointless saber-rattling. I understand, Your Honor. Because this clown to stray from the facts, I'll hold you responsible. Why am I responsible? I'm not the one with the corny jokes. What you witnessed? The night of the murder, after practice is over, I went straight back to my room. You'd say that practice erupted around 10 PM, correct? See, that's the thing. Huh? How exactly am I supposed to make a joke about 10 PM? Now 8 o'clock, that's something clown can riff off of. Let's just pretend it was 8 o'clock. That way I can make a great joke. Let's not. Make it 8 PM. Alright, Mom? What do you mean, let's not? Don't take the clown out with the clowning around. Come on, Nick, just listen to his joke. There are 3 reasons why I don't want to. 1, I probably won't laugh. 2, I'll get hit with a penalty. 3, I'll get whipped. Will the witness just proceed with his factual testimony? So boring. Okay, let's try the other thing. Alright, 8 o'clock then. You know I want to hear a joke? A man goes to his doctor and the doctor asks, how is number 1? The man says, every day at 6. The man says, every day at 7. Witness, these are exactly the type of jokes you should say for the detective. You knew that would happen. Don't look at me like that. Mr. Wright, you are here to be penalized. This will not become kangaroo court. Oh fuck. This isn't funny at all. In more ways than one. We need to save it. I have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. You were pooped that night? Yes, I was very tired. Not to mention I had some bad Mexican food. What? The double cheese, double bean enchilada is the dangerous menu item. What happened after that was, they said happens, ha 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 ha. That one was cool, huh? I hear the kids really love the toilet humor these days. That joke was so hip, I don't want to ruin it with a reply. Got a good reply though. Okay. This is so stupid. I can't even like press them on the stuff because it just breaks me. I thought I would go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out of the window. You just happened to glance out of the window? You could say that. You could also say a pig, stared, glimpsed, peeped, bold. Mr. Curls. Oh, I guess the synonyms aren't allowed either. What should I do? I wonder if I should press him further on this issue. Maybe press him. Exactly why did he look out of the window that night? Why? Why? Owls don't need a reason to look out our windows, do they? That's not what I meant. I mean that, well, when we spoke yesterday, once I tucked myself into bed, I heard this amazing noise. It was incredibly loud. It sounded like a giant thump. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You forgot? Your Honor, the witness looked out of his windows upon hearing a loud sound. He didn't just simply glance out of his window that night. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention that thump, didn't I? That's not something you just forget to mention. Yeah, what she said. I believe it would be the best if Mo were to revise his testimony. Very well. Mr. Curls, please revise your testimony. This should start turning the tables in our favor. Okay. What was the sound like? Well, I guess it kind of sounded like, I guess you could say... Mr. Curls, may the court remind you that humor is unnecessary. How do you know I was gonna make a joke? I guess that's the sound sounded like. I suppose it sounded like someone getting hit with something very hard. Yep, that's what it sounded like, honestly. Someone getting hit, huh? What then? He went to look out the window and he saw... Okay. I'll have to keep saving because I don't want to fail this one. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away though. Far away, you say? If you had to say exactly, how far away were they? Let me think about that for a second. My room is here. They looked at the... I would say they were about 30 feet out of my window. It's 30 feet? That's not far at all. It was snowing that night, and it cut down on visibility. See, please continue with your testimony regarding the shadows that you saw. It was the ringmaster, and it was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. You'd say you clearly saw this, even though you were by your own admission far away. That's right. I had been thinking about it over and over since that night, but things didn't really make sense until I spoke with the prosecutor of Miss Von Karma. Now I'm 100% certain that it was Max and the ringmaster that I saw that night. Just think about it. How could I be wrong if Max is always wearing his uppity symbols? Uppity symbols? Lawyers nowadays, do you even have to go to school anymore to be one? Alright, everyone knows what to do. All together now. Say it with Mon Clément. See what I mean? It's always like this. The crowd never wants to go along with me. I must really be utterly and completely worthless as a clown. Enough foolishness. Get back on track. Will the witness please testify as to what he saw, and only what he saw? I kept watching them, and all of a sudden Max clunked the ringmaster over the head. You say you saw the ringmaster get clunked over the head? Yes, I did. It's the climax of my story. He really does enjoy completely random, not sequitur. What do you say victim was struck with? You mean the weapon? I have no idea. The weapon wasn't found at the murder scene, right? That's not what I meant. You did say you did see everything, didn't you? Well, yeah, I suppose I did. Wait, no I didn't. I didn't see a weapon. Hehehe. Oh. Did you or did you not see the crime of the murder committed that night? I will not permit you to harass my witness in this manner. You better have an excellent reason for attacking this poor clown. Because if you don't, you know what is waiting for you, a peace penalty. Okay. Let's do a third save, just in case. This isn't a bit melodramatic. So what will it be then, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Do you have any clear basis to believe that my witness did not see the crime? Of course I do. What a great reason to make that claim. I don't know which one though. And I suppose you will be telling us all the great reason? Of course I will. The reason is the witness's very own testimony. What is the meaning of that, Mr. Wright? Mo said that he heard a sound like a thump of someone getting hit. He did say that. However, Mo just stated the following under oath. He kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clunked the ringmaster over the head. Mo had to believe when he say he looked up a window upon hearing the sound. There's no way that he could have seen Max clunk anyone. In 1972 crack. Mr. Curls, how do you respond to Mr. Wright's assessment? He didn't commit. These clowns promptly escaped from a maximum security clown car. Mr. Curls, are you reciting C-team to anger this court? No, I'm just stalling for time while I jog my memory. Good job, Nick. These types of witnesses always seem to have selective memory. You just have to peel back the layers of the clown makeup to find the truth. Well, Ah, you're back from your joke. Well, it pretty much happened the way I said. Pretty much. When I looked out of my window that night, the ringmaster was already face down in the snow. It was like he should help me fill in the gaps of my statement. Phone karma! Comparing witnesses again. So now you're saying that you did not see the defendant clone the ringmaster? Yes. When I looked out of my window, the ringmaster had already checked out. Checked out? Yep, he was on a permanent vacation, as they say. Mr. Curls, Your Honor? You did not see the witness the actual crime, however you still say you saw the criminal, correct? Yes, exactly. The ringmaster was slumped over and I saw someone, a silhouette next to him. Very well, then please testify the silhouette you saw. I expect the truth. And if I even catch a hint of joke from you, I will put you in a holding cell until you learn court etiquette. Got it? Got it. The silhouette. Okay. It was a bit far away, but that shadow could only have belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. His face was silhouette, but it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. It does seem as if the defendant was at the scene of the crime. It took the clown long enough to get his facts straight. But whatever, this should finally be good enough, yes? It's decisive testimony. Was Max really at the crime scene that night? He said he wasn't there. We have to believe in that. Alright, Mr. Wright, commence your cross-examination. The silhouette. Let's go. It was far away, but the shadow could only belong to Max. Don't you think that you are going a little overboard with how explicit you are being? The shadow belonged to Max is an awfully firm statement, don't you think? What are you getting at? I'm just saying that one of your fellow performers' life is on the line here. Are you truly 100% absolutely certain that it was Max? I'm not the kind of person who would lie about something as serious as this. The silhouette I saw was Max, I'm convinced of that. It doesn't seem like he's jumping to any conclusions this time. Let's go over this again then. What makes you so sure that you saw Max that night? There's no doubting it, especially since I saw up at the symbols. Grillo said the same thing. But if it was just the symbols, then even I could have been wearing them. What if someone had just taken Max's symbols and worn them? I thought of that myself. Just looking at the shape of the face I saw, it must have been Max. You're sure of that? Such a silly little boy. He threw his entire kid's headlock into a trap. The silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. Didn't say he was turned around, so he couldn't see his hands. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. You're sure that this is what you saw that night? Exactly what I said I saw, exactly what I saw. Got eyes like a hawk. Don't birds have terrible night vision? That's not all I saw. His face was silhouette, but there was no doubt it was him. You were able to see that kind of detail from your window. There was a light near the scene of the crime. Anyone with decent eyesight could have been able to see that much. Out of curiosity, Mo, what is your eyesight like? I can see like a hawk out of my left eye, and an eagle out of my right eye. Our record says that eyesight is perfect 20/20. That must mean he could have seen the crime scene clearly. The more we look into this matter, the more suspicious it becomes. Hey, you asked me what my eyesight was like, not what it actually was. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. So you didn't actually see what the criminal was holding. That's correct. I've been curious to know what caused the loud noise. It must have been something incredibly hard. Too bad they haven't found a murder weapon to know for sure. They claim it was a blunt object. At least it says so in the autopsy report. With Shiloh's testimony and now Mo's, it really seems like Max is the killer. Nick, you've got to find a contradiction in this. That's not going to be enough. What? I have to prove that Mo saw someone other than Max that night. That's the only thing that will help. I've gotta go do it. It was a bit far away, but that shadow could only have belonged to Max. Okay, I don't know. Well, we need to figure it out, shall we? What about that rose? I didn't say anything about the rose. Okay, wait, no. Alright, let's present the poster and say, what about the rose? Yeah, that works. You say you saw all of Max's APT symbols? Suppose so. The silk hat and the cloak, right? Oh, everyone knows that Maximilian Galactica has 3 APT symbols. 3 symbols? Yeah, everyone get ready, all together. Silk hat, cloak, white roses! What the? Who cares if he knew that there were 3 or not? He saw what he saw, and he saw the symbols. He just forgot to mention one. Isn't that right, Mo? Do you like pie? I love pie. Silence, fool. You respond with the whole truth, not fractions. Order, order! Mo, you didn't see the roses, did you? To be honest, there weren't any roses on the person I saw. Ryzen was dark. It was obvious too dark to see the kind of detail. But the witness said he was able to see a silhouette of the criminal's face. Not to mention the roses are white. There's no way he could have missed them. And the roses must have been fallen when the defendant assaulted the victim. If that was the case, then the police would have found them near the crime scene. Mr. Wright, are these white roses truly material to the facts of this case? They're not. He's just toying with his court. There must be important, right? I got her on the ropes now. These seemingly insignificant facts will never have failed to lead me to the truth yet. Someone is toying with a court, but it is not me. Honor, do you recall Trill's testimony? There's no way I could mistake someone wearing the 3 ridiculous symbols. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stacked up so high? How can you mistake someone wearing such snobby 3-piece getup? Trill saw them all. Trill saw all 3 of Max's symbols. However, this witness claims there were no white roses on the person he saw. There's absolutely no doubt that this is a contradiction. Now what I'm supposed to think. One is supposed to disregard it, pointless, but this? Gosh, forget the roses, think about the testimony. The witness has stated without a doubt that he saw Maximilian Galactica. Nothing else matters, let's wrap this case up now. Your Honor, it may be trivial, but this does cast doubt on the prosecution's case. Frankly, I have my doubts about this witness. It seems that unlike wine, this witness had not grown more than mature with age. Not mature? come to a conclusion. I'm 99% certain that this witness saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% of doubt is quite reasonable, which means that for my peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony. What? If there are no contradictions in this statement, we're prepared to issue a ruling. Ruling? Nick, this is your last chance! Okay, Silhouette Part 2. There's no doubt in my mind, there were no white roses that night. However, all of the other symbols were there, I'm equally sure of that. Especially the silk hat, there is no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time he was on the scene. Mr. Wright, you've got one last chance at this. Just one chance? I will not allow even the slightest hint of badgering against this witness. You're going to prove to me there's a contradiction with Mr. Curl's statement. You better have at least a shred of evidence to back your accusations. I've only got a single shot at this. I've got to be careful. I understand, Your Honor. One chance is all I will need. Silhouette Part 2, Cross-Examination. Let's save. There's no doubt in my mind, there were no white roses that night. Oh, be honest. Ow! You promised, Mr. Phoenix, right? No more badgering. Hope you enjoy this penalty. Fuck. That's not badgering. Fucking hell. I'm glad I saved though. However, all of the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that. Oh, okay, fucking hell. Alright, let's try not to pressing him on anything because I don't think it's gonna work. I need to find evidence for this bullshit. Because that's what the judge said. There are no doubt there's no red roses, however all the other symbols were there. Especially silk hat, there's no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time he was on the scene. Okay, it was found on the crime scene, so how was he wearing the entire time? This wouldn't happen to be the silk hat he saw that night, would it? Yep, that's it. That's the hat he was wearing that night. No question in your mind. Exactly how one would mistake a thing like that. I see. Is there some sort of problem, Mr. Wright? It's from Karma. Where exactly was the silk hat found? Must you always ask these questions? It was found at the crime scene. The crime scene? That means... the silk hat fell off at the crime scene. However, the witness clearly testified the contrary. The witness stated that he was wearing it the entire time he was on the scene. No, that's not true. Order, Mr. Curls. Yes, Your Honor. What is the meaning of all this? You're old enough to be then better than to behave like this in court. Hey, that's just not right, that's not harsh. What's not right here is your eyesight and your memory, amongst other things. What? Why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? Let me guess, you just didn't like my jokes or something, right? You didn't have to go and insult my eyesight or my memory, they're both great. Seriously, why? Just because you're sitting above me? No matter how old I get, I'll always get younger than you. Wow! Enough of these childish outbursts, Mr. Curls. Who do you think you are? I saw him. I swear I saw him. It was Max. Even if he didn't have his roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat. Telling the truth. He's turning to bratty little kid. It's pitiful, isn't it? He left the scene wearing that dumb silk hat. He was there. He left the scene? What's the matter, Nick? There's something I've been mulling over for a while now. Oh? What do you want? You just said that he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of the crime? What? Hey, he went, what do you mean, how did he leave the scene? You can't ask me that. Mr. Phoenix Wright is badgering the witness, Your Honor. Your witness testimony is full of holes. Mr. von Karma's protest is useless. You've got a point. Let's hear what the witness had to say on this matter. Is that alright with you, little guy? Don't talk to me like I'm a little baby. Besides, what kind of stupid question is how did he leave the crime scene? The answer is obvious. He just turned around and walked away. That's what I expected you would say. You sure that's how it happened? Say what? Huh? I'm not sure I know exactly where you are going with this. Lawyers nowadays sure do love harp out the smallest things. Do you have any proof to counter the story as to how the criminal left the scene? Well, here, right? There's no steps. Look at this picture. The problem is the footprints in the snow. Footprints? In this photo, we can clearly see the footprints of the victim. However, where are the criminal footprints? They aren't there! Yay! So, Mo, exactly how did the criminal escape the scene? Your Honor, this witness has already proven that his testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike all of his witness testimony from the court record. I agree. This clown's testimony is as rickety as the clown car it came in accordion. Wait just a second. You guys can just ignore everything I've said. Fine, I'll tell you the truth this time. You wait a second? I think you've said more than enough for today. I didn't hear it. I'm sick of tired of listening to you anyways. I'll give you the real deal this time, I swear. I don't know why, but I get a feeling things are gonna get worse before they get better. Mr. Lawrence Curls. Yes? The testimony you've provided up till now has been false? It isn't real false, I haven't lied, it's just... It's just what? It's just I was a bit confused on the bit about the criminal leaving the scene. Especially since when Karma and her whip told me not to talk about what I really saw. Order! I will have order! Franziska von Karma, how could you? Your Honor, if you had heard the truth from this witness, you would have exactly the same opinion as I have. What opinion is that? It's not funny. That's enough of you. I'm going to listen to what he has to say. Now then, let's hear the truth about what you saw, Mr. Curls. You're not gonna believe this, but it's all true, I tell you. Try not to waste our time, you idiotic drivel. The truth. Now it's time for our next segment, Monos. Everything that I've said up until now has been the truth. When I looked out of the window, the ringmaster was down and Max was standing above him. He wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing the silk hat. That's when I saw he... This is the truth now, get ready for it. He jumped up and flew through the air. He flew right out and disappeared into the darkness. That's why there were no footprints. Flying people don't leave footprints. I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now? Well, that was, how do you put this into words? 𝐒𝐩𝐞𝐜𝐬 is a world-class magician. But to leave the scene of a crime by flying, there's no way that actually happened. You're right. Why is she right? You believe the other witnesses? Why wouldn't you believe me? Especially since it's the best part of the story. To be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a flying criminal. What do you think about this witness testimony, Mr. Wright? I don't fucking know. He's telling the truth. What he just said was so strange, I don't think he would have made it up. Which means that he's telling the truth? That's what I think. Nick, wait. That means Max actually used magic. Yikes, you're right. Oh! Only a foolish looking fool could be fooled by such a foolish dream. Don't be ridiculous, magic doesn't exist. I suppose I will let you all in on my thinking regarding this matter. The criminal disappeared into the sky. I would love to believe that, but I just can't wrap my head around how could that possibly be happening. The imbecile. If you disregard the need for proof, Miss von Karma's case is sound. However, I've got the feeling that this case is in dire need of more investigation. Huh? Thus I will conclude today's proceedings at this point. It's an undisputed fact that the criminal left no footprints at the scene. Tomorrow, I want us to find out the reason behind this mystery of mysteries. I believe that's enough for today. Court is adjourned. Okay. Hey, sweeties, what in the world is going on? That's what I want to know. You say the criminal flew into the air and disappeared. Thanks, I can't believe I'm asking this, but you didn't fly that night, did you? I didn't mean to ask me such a fabulously stupid question. I can fly whenever I please, it's not that easy. But it looks effortless for you on stage. It's not that simple, I'm not actually flying on stage. I use invisible wires and have them hoist me through the air. Wow, you just told me a secret to your magic. Oh, I broke the first rule, the cardinal rule, the only rule. I'm sorry, Max. I made you break a magician's creed to never reveal the secret to their tricks. Nick, what do we do now? All we can do is hope we find flying criminal in court tomorrow. Good idea. Let's do our best and catch this sucker. To be continued. Bum 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 bum. Nick, what is it? I've got a confession to make. I'm terrible at figuring out magic tricks. Magic tricks? Yep, magic tricks are by their definition tricks, right? But I can never figure out the tricks when I see them. That's because the tricks are performed by pros. They do it so you can't guess the trick. But the trick Pearly showed me was incredible. Rose did a magic trick. What kind of trick was it? Let's see, it looked like she pulled the end of her own thumb off. First she put her right thumb next to her left hand and it just separated. She could have moved it up and down everything, it was incredible. Really? Was it kind of like this? What? How do you do that? Dick, you're like a real magician. See, this is why I can't just figure out magic. I'm no good at it. Especially hard tricks, like flying away from the scene of the murder. It'll take all the fun out of magic if you keep trying to figure it out. What to do? I don't see any way out of this. We're stuck between a rock and a hard place. There's no way we can solve the mystery of a criminal flying by tomorrow. I was thinking, do you really think the criminal flew through the air? The only one who thinks this is Mo, right? He says that he saw it. That's true. Mo looked awfully serious when he said that. I think he might be trying to frame Max. If that was it, he would have simply said I saw Max. That would have been enough. There's no reason why anyone would believe I flew. But what if the criminal really did fly? There's only one person who could do that, Max. You're really not helping my confidence here, Maya. Any ideas? Everyone seems to hate Max, Pan, Trilo, Mo, they all have nothing nice to say. That magician does seem rather full of himself, doesn't he? Especially when he says things like customers only go to the circus to see him. Even hit Ben over the head with a bottle. But what? But that doesn't seem enough to frame another person for murder. If it was proven that neither Ben or Mo lie on the stand. Maybe Ben saw the ringmaster wearing Max's costume. But Mo clearly said that he saw Max himself. Okay. Oh, my sweeties! Do you mind hurrying up and getting me out of this place? We're doing our best, Max. Just hang in there. A little while ago, some people from a local TV station came by, and since I'm a famed magician, they said, let's make you your very own TV special. Really? What kind of TV special? Maximilian Galactica, the Great Prison Escape. It would be aired live. Hey, that sounds like it would be an awesome special. But if I do the special before I'm acquitted, they'll never let me out of here for real. Well, it would surely be an unnecessary addition to your troubles with the law. That's what I was thinking, but the production staff is already working on the show. If you don't get me out quick, I'll have no choice but to stage a real prison break. You seem awfully calm about that possibility. I'll have no choice. It would be contractual obligation. That's show business. The night of the murder. The night of the crime. You didn't happen to fly off into the sky, did you? Here is how everything went down, sweetie. At the time of the murder, I was sitting in the ringmaster's room. Not to mention, flying up into the sky is just not something I can do at will. I don't care what the 𝐒𝐩𝐞𝐜𝐬 says, it wasn't me. Max, do you mind teaching me the trick behind flying? You'll have to forgive me, sweetie. The difference between me and cheap imitation magicians is that I keep my mouth shut. I don't teach people tricks, but I will say this much. It's much harder than you think. Today's trial. I was thinking about this in court today. I've got a favor to ask of you. Anything for you, sweetie? Be friends with the other performers in the circus. Fabulous, a great joke. Why would I be friends with a bunch of hacks like them? What? I've won on the world stage. I won the International Grand Prix. International Grand Prix? Performers should always look to perform on the world stage. Performance at this circus are completely and utterly devoid of ambition. That is something that I simply cannot tolerate. Ambition, huh? Something about what Max just said rings true to my ears. Oh my sweeties want to hear about the Grand Prix, don't they? To be honest though, I've told this story like 100 times already, so it's a bit boring. We're sorry to make you tell it again. You must not have heard me. I'm really sick of telling the story. What can you do? I'm 𝐒𝐩𝐞𝐜𝐬. I suppose I can tell it again. Voila! Here! Now take a look at this. Just happened to have the picture from the Grand Prix with me. Just look at that fabulous stage. This is the first stage that I ever flew on. I flew right over the audience. The crowd erupted into applause. At that time I thought to myself that I could die right then and die a happy man. I'll never forget what I felt that night, the emotions, the acclaim. Wow. And by the way, I think everyone who is a performer should get to experience that feeling. I just wish I could explain to the other people in the circus. That's incredible, Max. I want the trophy too. Hey Nick, how about you buy me a trophy? That's not how you earn a trophy, Maya. My sweeties, you can have this picture of my triumph. Just make sure you show it to all the other members of the circus. Look and learn, that's what you should tell them. Learn how to get thrown in jail? Grand Prix added to the court record. Is there anyone else? Not really. You hear that? It sounds like two people are arguing. Alright, let's do it. Are you ready? Yes. Wait. You're waiting. Let's just give this a shot already. Alright, let's go. Row your boat. Row your boat. What are you doing? Gently down the stream. Come on, you know that. Trying my best, but TTeu, this just isn't going to work. You're just saying dumb things. You're going to have to be on your own someday. Can't handle something as simple as this, what are you going to do then? Hello Ben, hello to you too, TTeu. What are you doing here? Can you see we're in a secret crash training course? I'm sorry. Secret crash training? Whoa. Yes, TTeu wouldn't give up until I said we would try out his idea for a new routine. So, we're trying to sing a round for our new ventriloquist act. In a round? You can really do that? That's incredible. You see, even they are surprised by the idea. I told you. You are not the only ones. You even surprised me with your idea. Once we've got a grip on the basics, then it's just a matter of practice. You think so? Oh, I almost forgot. I wanted to give this back to you. Ah, there it is. Now that I've got this ring back, it's time to take one more shot at Regina. Can I present that new picture? Would you mind taking a look at this? Never mind. Today's trial. I know that you already testified in court today. Want to talk about what we saw, right? Yes. Well, at first we thought it was the old man. Just looking at his walk and how he acted, right, man? Oh yeah, that's right. But then we said hello and didn't even get a reply. Not to mention, he was wrapped in those gaudy symbols. What did you have thought if he wasn't wearing those symbols? What do you think, Ben? What? Oh, I would have thought it was the ringmaster. Something just isn't adding up here. I wonder who they really saw. Marriage. I was hoping I could ask you about Regina. I'm completely serious about her, that's why I'm waiting for her even now. Really? That's so sweet. But if you really wanted to see Regina, shouldn't you check out the tent? You haven't got a clue about things, do you, sweetheart? Huh? Waiting like this is part of being in love. How so? If you had a clue, you would have known that waiting is such sweet, wonderful torture. When your body aches for your partner's love, that's one of the best parts. Yeah, I knew that. Poor Maya. She's so red she looks like a vine-ripe tomato. Ventriloquism. So, how is the new routine working out? Will you two just take a chill pill every day? Our routines are secret. We're going to take the ventriloquism world by storm. It will be a real revolution. That sounds incredible. But let me make one thing clear. We're not going to take on the world just because that jerk said we should. Jerk? Max Galactica. Performance should aim for the world. Who does he think he is? Hello, you seem to really be fired up about all this. He needs to realize that he isn't the only one who can conquer the world stage. Alright, you're right. Mark my words, our Triloquist will win the Grand Prix. You're the man now, though. Row, row, row your boat will be the key to glorious victory. No drain on your parade, but wouldn't a more mature song be best? Hey, you've got to start somewhere, right? Don't screw this up. You've got to be a part of this too. Oh, it's you two. You look like you just got hit by a truck. Should you get some rest? I'm taking a rest right now, pal. I've been listening to some crazy clown's life story. Miss Von Karma told me that to come down here and do this for her. Yeah, I figured as much. Let me tell you something, pal. Listening to that old clown sucks all your energy. Every time he's done talking, it looks at you like you should be doing something. I think he's waiting for you to laugh at his jokes. I know that, pal. Do you have any idea how much your face hurts if you fake laughing at it that much? Franziska really set you up bad this time, didn't she? If you ask me, she should be listening to Mo herself. No way, pal. You're not gonna get me to backbite a woman with a whip. No way. Why are you defending her? Prosecutor Von Karma's always got her eyes on us. Every time you definitely don't want her to show up, poof, there she is. Don't show up. 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 Looks like she's wounded him pretty hard. She's directly above us as we speak. Huh? How's that possible? According to the clown, the culprit jumped from here and disappeared into the sky. If that's what happened, it means the killer passed by this window, pal. Oh, I see. Who lives in that room, behind the window up there? The acrobat's got his room up on the third floor, it seems. Pretty soon, Miss Von Karma's gonna start her investigation up there. Don't get any ideas of going up to the acrobat's room, got it, pal? Franziska Von Karma. Once she's done with her investigation, I think I'll go up there and check it out. Mo's not here. If he was here, he wouldn't have been able to tell even before he stepped into his room. I'm sure he would have heard him laughing away. Ha 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 ha. What do you think he's laughing at when he's all by himself? I always thought he was just thinking up new jokes. He must really love his work. Where's Regina? I don't know, but if she's with the tiger, I don't want to find out. Let's hurry up and get out of here. Yeah, Nick, you're kind of chicken, aren't you? No, I'm just allergic to wild tigers. Max and Ringmaster had their talks in this room. That could have been when Ringmaster put on Max's costume and went outside. Why did he do that anyway? Was it really that cold or something? Hahaha, right! Welcome to the wonderful, fabulous cafeteria! Yikes, he's in an awfully good mood. Alright, you know what time it is? Riddle time! Why does everyone cry when they eat Mexican pizza? Come on, you can answer this, it's easy. Because cafeteria Mexican pizza is possibly the weapon of bowel destruction. Wrong! Try again. Okay, what do you think, girlie? I got it. Okay, what's your answer? Because they are in the cafeteria. Exactly, it's an incredibly sad place, that cafe. I did it. What's going on? He's being too nice. Today's trial. It's been a real crazy day, hasn't it? You're telling me. I didn't think it was going to be so tough. Tough. Yeah, it was tough crowd. That's what we call a crowd that refuses to laugh. For instance, it was such a tough crowd this morning I had to smash watermelons. Huh? I told them all great story and even greater jokes, but no one busted out laughing. I even used the famed no shoes, no shirt, no service joke. Exactly, how can you not laugh at stunning comedy like that? What you witnessed? Are you 100% sure about your testimony today? Saw what I saw, I swear, that creep just flew through the air. It wasn't exactly flying per se, it was more like floating. Silhouette on his face made me positive it was Max. I don't see a 𝐒𝐸𝐞𝐜𝐬, he must be telling the truth. Ah, not this picture. He showed it to you guys too. Huh? You've seen it as well? Well, you know what they say about Maximilian Galactica. He really gets around. Eh. Oh yeah, he didn't just show me the picture. What do you mean? He showed me this is bust too. Let me tell you, that thing is enormous. It's in the picture, I think. He'd make us worship it every day. He made us bow to his greatness. It's got a big bust. I wouldn't mind hearing more about Max's bust. Not that I'm into that sort of thing. The ringmaster's body was found here. I heard that the way he fell made him look like he was carrying a wooden box. But what in the world really happened here? This is a condenser for the air conditioner. It hasn't been used in a while. But how do you figure it out? You're not making things up now, are you? With your horses, it was easy to figure out. It was snowing before the murder, right? Well, look at the condenser. The snow is still piled up on top of it. Wow, Nick. I'm impressed. Maybe you should be a PI instead of attorney. Am I not both, technically? Okay, where do we go now? Let's ask the clown about it, maybe? Huh? I just lately have started to understand what he was always going on about. What is it then? Well, I'm not sure if I can explain it all that well just yet. Don't you think it's impossible? More flash is a glimpse of maturity. That wasn't helpful. Okay, what do we do? Oh, Max bust. Max bust should be on that small table over there. There's nothing over there. Really? Oh yeah. When was it? I would say about 5 days ago, all of a sudden. Bust disappeared. It disappeared? If you want to see it, there's a photo of the bulletin board over there. I just had to put up the picture. Hey, this thing is really cool. Nick, I want someone to make a bust of me. Sure, as long as I'm not paying for it. Yeah, we have a bust. Is there anything else that changed about this place? Nope, nothing's changed that I can see. Wonder if he's actually thinking about this, or if he's setting up a bad joke. Nope, drawing a blank here. A quiet move is a good move in my book. Guess there really isn't any other things that have changed, huh? Well, there's this one tiny thing that does seem different. Tell us! What changed? Well, in the morning of the crime, over on that bulletin board, this piece of paper was posted front and center. Piece of paper? It's torn, so I don't know what it said, but I could see its title. Yikes. It says, "To the murderer." Murderer? Yep, that's what it says, but the rest of it has been ripped off. And I don't know who posted it. When did you find this? Morning before the murder. Before the murder? Hey, the ringmaster was killed the night after this paper was discovered. What in the world posted this thing? Posted in the cafeteria on the day of the crime. Then torn. States. To the murderer. Nick, I think we'd better follow up on this important lead. I get that, Max. I know. But lately, huh? Lately I started to understand what this is always going on about. That's the same question again. Okay. Would you mind taking a look at this? It's useless. Let's ask Max, maybe? In the detention center? What about this? Fabulous! You'd like me to sign it for you? Do you know anything about this note? The morning of the murder, it was posted on the wall in the cafeteria. I do know about all that note. When I read it, my heart could certainly skip a beat. Your heart skipped a beat? While I was enjoying my morning tea, the ringmaster and company entered the room. The company? I guess it wasn't really a company, it was just the ringmaster and my sweetie pie. When the ringmaster read the note, he turned an incredible bright red. All of a sudden, he tore it off the wall and shoved it into the pocket of his tailcoat. Really? Out of curiosity, Dad, what in the world is written on that thing? Let's see. Huh? Oh, I don't want to steal the fun from my sweeties. Go and find out there on your own. I'm sure you can find it somewhere. I also want to ask my sweetie pie princess. Okay, we know where to go, so that's fine. Hey, do you see that? There's a scrap of paper shoved into the pocket of the tailcoat. You know, I've got a feeling I know what that is. But that's the other half of the note that Mom gave us. Let's hurry up and check this thing out, Nick. I knew it. It fits perfectly with the other piece. What does it say? What does it say? To the murderer. I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Meet me at 10 PM tonight at the Lodging House Plaza. Tonight at 10? That's when the murder took place. I need to find out who called out the ringmaster. Not updated in the call records. Wow, moved on. There's a message on the bulletin board. I'm hungry, so I'm off to get some hamburgers. Love Moo. Hamburger? Just thinking about it is making me hungry. All of a sudden, I need a burger bad. All of a sudden, I need a new partner bad. Okay. Fucking useless. 𝐒𝐩𝐞𝐜𝐬's back. Hey, Detective 𝐒𝐲, I'm sure you did a good job as usual. Well, I'm done with the investigation of the acrobat, finally. But with Miss von Karma... Nick, what is that? Is that beeping sound? It's Miss von Karma. Huh? Every time I hear that sound, she's usually not very far behind. Sort of pager or something? You don't mind, pal. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, quick. Yeah, pal. I didn't know that 𝐒𝐲𝐬 could run so fast. So much for being a flatfoot. Never seen a grown man so afraid of girls still in her teens. Well, let's go inside. It's freezing out here. Ow! It's biting and slashes from my whip. Von Karma! She really did appear. It was a real battle today in court, wasn't it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Did you have to jump out and scare us like that? What can I do for you? Tomorrow will be the day my dream finally comes true. You mean the story of my defeat at your hands will make it the national news? National news? This has such a small sense of scale. The global news, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Your miserable plight will be known internationally. I think she might be overestimating her importance of a win just by smidge. Let's give her this. What about this? Ow! She hit me again. Maybe you should hold off the wild goose chases. Tomorrow's trial. Miss von Karma, it appears you got your hands onto something big, huh? I'm amazed you picked up on that much. Anyone could. You couldn't hide the lack of your victory. 10 paper bags in your hat. That's conclusive evidence and a conclusive witness. Need any more hints? Conclusive witness? You mean the acrobat, right? Putting in a summons for him to be called as witness as we speak. It's the final nail in your coffin, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yeah. I get it already. You want to beat and destroy me. I can't worry about her. I've got to try and find out more information myself. Revenge. Why do you keep giving Nick the evil eye? It doesn't matter if you prove the defendant guilty tomorrow. Nothing will be able to bring your dad back. My dad? You must mean the esteemed Manfred von Karma. Of course, you're dead. I know you miss him. Enough of you. One more word and you'll get a mouthful of whip. Now, why did I ever bring up my papa's name in this or any other conversation? Huh? Then what's this revenge thing you're talking about? You don't understand, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I have to see him again, one more time. Him? I'm sure you know who I refer to. Miles Edgeworth. What? Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth? Miles Edgeworth? Miles Edgeworth, why would you ever bring him up? You haven't forgotten, have you? Do you know who it was that trained the gifted prosecutor Miles Edgeworth? Manfred von Karma. Exactly right, it was my papa. It means that Edgeworth was... Right, again. Miles was like a little brother to me. Huh? Little brother? Edgeworth and Nick are the same age. Edgeworth. The man who inspired me to become an attorney. Fought against him in a few cases. But a little after that case was over. He vanished. It's your fault he's gone, huh? It's the truth, isn't it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Nick, what does she mean? Edgeworth's death. Edgeworth was never quite the same after that case. And then with the case after that one. He never set foot at the court again. And then one day, he just vanished. All he left was a simple note at the prosecutor's office. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death. It was 1 year ago. It was a few months after you let go back home. Mr. Edgeworth, he's dead? I don't believe it. He's still alive, I'm sure of it. Somewhere in this world, he's still alive. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death? Of course he did. You ruined his reputation as prosecutor. You effectively killed the prosecutor in him. Just like your victory muddied the honorable man. What karma? I'm going to find him. And then, I'm going to teach him a rightful place with my own 2 hands. Nick, about Mr. Edgeworth. I already told you this once. Don't make me do it again. Don't bring up his name in front of me again, okay? Nick? This one karma? What? I don't know if you're God's gift to persecutors or not, but I've had one enough of you. Him too. What? What in the world happened? This dog is all bark and no bite. He's already been defeated. Regardless, I have nothing to inform you two of today. Tomorrow will be the greatest courtroom battle in the country has ever seen. Nick, let's go. We need to talk with the performer on the 3rd floor. I'm sorry I brought it up, Nick. The fuck is this guy? You must be Phoenix Wright. Yes. Oh, pleased to meet you. I'm 𝐒𝐤𝐬𝐬. But here at the circus, everyone just calls me Acro. Mr. Acro? Oh, how do you know my name? The detective told me. He said you'd definitely show up here. Acro, you're a member of this circus as well? Ah, that's right. I mainly perform on the tightrope on the flying trapeze. But nowadays, all I perform is in my wheelchair. Very big circus. Acro, why did you join a circus? When I was a kid, my parents failed miserably at business. Then one night, they decided to run away from it all, without me. Huh? The only person who was willing to take my parents' place was the ringmaster. The ringmaster took such incredible care of me. He was truly a lifesaver. Seems like ringmaster was truly a saint. He was. That's why I decided to do something very important. I decided I would devote my entire life to finding a way to repay him. And now, look how someone repaid him for all the good in his life. It's such a shame. Sometimes I think that he was almost too kind. Perhaps he was too kind to performers. Perhaps he was too kind to his daughter. I wonder if he spoiled Regina. Regina is so cute, she's truly a princess. Truly a princess? Are you sure that's a good thing? Do I detect a hint of grudge against Regina? Wheelchair? I'm sorry to ask, but why are you in a wheelchair? Oh, the nerves in my legs were badly damaged. And you can't walk now? Can't even stand now. And since I live on the 3rd floor, I can't even leave this building by myself. That's awful. The accident happened during an acrobatic session, right? The locks. 3 of them. Psych locks. It doesn't seem like Acro's injuries were acrobatic in nature. What's on your mind, Mr. Wright? Well, exactly when were you injured? It's been almost 6 months since I was hurt. Injured my legs during the practice. 6 months ago? What in the world went on the circus then? What happened? I stopped by yesterday. I noticed you weren't in your room. I was at the hospital all day yesterday. Ah, you went there for rehabilitation? What about a murder? Of course I knew about it. I spoke with the police before they allowed me to go to the hospital. Before I got a call from the persecutor, I was convinced that it was all a dream. Huh? I just couldn't believe it when I saw what I saw. What you saw? Jeez, that sounded really ominous. What you witnessed? What did you see, Acro? That night, I was in bed sleeping when I heard a huge sound coming from my below window. I see, that scene of the crime was right below your window. That's when I looked out the window. What did you see? He was flying straight up in the air. He? 𝐒𝐩𝐞𝐜𝐬. What? That's what I thought he would say. We're absolutely positive that it was Max you saw flying. I'm absolutely sure, there's no doubt in my mind. Nick? Okay, that's safe. Alright, let's present this. Ah, what's this? That's what I want to know. Just posted in the cafeteria morning before the murder. In the cafeteria? What happened? It suddenly looks incredibly serious. If it's got something to do with her, then you should go straight to the source. Her? Regina, ask her about it. Okay. This? 𝐒𝐸𝐽𝐜𝐬 Galactica, right? You'll have to forgive me, but I don't try not to think about him. After I won't even look at it. It looks like something is really waiting on him. This? This? Money monkey? Yeah, money is a great friend to me. That pile of treasure over there is his collection, huh? It is indeed. Money will bring anything back with him. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, really great with the ladies. But it seems to be pretty popular with the animals. Okay. Broken bottle. What do you think of this? Okay. Well, we need to find Regina, right? Grrr. I've got a bad feeling about this. Grrr. Grrr. Yeah, Nick. Wonderful. Today's special must be the photo Phoenix. Stay, heal. Oh, Maya, Nick, it's you guys. I'm sorry. I guess I made a mistake. Yeah, little one. I was thinking of teaching whatever primate was out there for a lesson. But I was expecting more of a monkey than a human. A monkey? Russellberry. It's a pity about what happened to the ringmaster. Dad? Everyone loved him, didn't they? He must have been quite a man. Yes, I love my dad so much. I hate to say it, but she doesn't seem all that broken about her father. That's why I feel so lonely. Now that I won't be able to see him for a while. For a while? Yeah. When Leon died, I talked with my dad, and he told me that when someone dies, they just become a star in the heavens. Star? That means that my dad is looking down on me from the sky. That's why I love the night so much. I can see everyone who's gone. When someone dies, they just become a star in the heavens. That's kind of sweet. But I bet you there's no way Maya believes that. What do you mean there's no way I believe that? Do you think that one day I'll be a star too? Of course. You really think so? Yeah, you will. I think. I've got a feeling that everyone is doing great up there in the sky. I wonder if everyone's alright with Regina. Money the monkey. Just to go back and clear something up. Why do you want to teach Money a lesson? Because he's a meanie. He's got something that means a lot to me. Something that means a lot to you? It must be something shiny, right? Actually, it's a stage costume. It's got lots of spangles. It's really beautiful, you should see it. Should? When the costume gets hit by the spotlight, it dazzles. Hey, Mr. Attorney. Huh? Exploded monkey, you would get my costume back for me, wouldn't you? It's really important to me. I'll get it for you. Leave it all up to us. If there's no turning that request. Yeah, you're really gonna do it. Okay, let's present her the paper. Regina, have you ever seen this before? I know what this is. Really? Well, it was in my pocket for a while. It was in your pocket? That piece of paper was in your pocket? I guess I noticed it was there around breakfast time. Breakfast time? Yeah, I always take Acro his breakfast in the morning. That's when I also take out the trash in this room. And I'd go to the cafeteria and my own breakfast. That's when you realized piece of paper was in your pocket? But since I'm not the murderer, let's figure it belonged to someone else's pocket. And then what? wonder if the person who lost it is in trouble. So, you didn't put it on the bulletin board in the cafeteria, did you? I did. I stuck it up there. How do you know? Ah, so it was Regina who put it up there. When did this happen? The morning of the murder, I think. That explains a lot. I wonder who wrote this. Not updated in the court record. Alright, let's go back to the monkey man. Stuffing smells fantastic. You know it can't be Mo. Wait, I know what it is. It's burgers. Oh, hello, hello. Welcome to the bistro. 𝐒𝐩𝐞𝐜𝐬, aka cafeteria. It smells so good in the air, and those burgers look great. She's throwing like she's some sort of crazy burger monster. My burgers are the best. Juicy meat, toasted buns, special sauce. They're absolutely irresistible to anyone with a hankering for a burger. One bite will send you into hamburger heaven. I bet, I can tell by the smell. Wow, I'm getting hungry too. Those burgers. This is a kind of special power. Now that Ringmaster is gone, what are you going to do? That's all I've thought about the past few days. Everyone loves Russell, so I've heard the accurate story, haven't you? Like how he was adopted when he was younger? He's calmed down a bit now, but he's a little livid when he heard about the murder. He was so upset that he said he couldn't go on. He was that upset? Yes, he was. Anyways, I gave it some thought. Maybe I should give up on trying to be a half-baked clown. I've been thinking of trying the Ringmaster's shoes. What? Really? Would still be an issue though. Next. Maybe it's still a bit mean to hard to work with, but it's hard enough to argue with his importance. It's probably the reason the circus is still around. What if what he says is right? No. All that's left is everyone can get over the tragedy. You know? Tragedy? You know, what is he talking about? Get over it? Get over what tragedy, Mo? Huh? Don't worry about nothing. It's nothing at all. You must mean the tragic death of Ringmaster, right? Yes, that's it. You're right, there's girly. Dang. Correct, Mundo. Doesn't it mean ding? No, I mean no disrespect here, but are you lying to us? No, not at all. What makes you think that? That's the way it is said. If everyone can get over the tragedy, seemed a bit strange. Sounded like we're talking about something from a long time ago. Mo, am I right, aren't I? How many locks? 2. Okay. So now we're getting closer to the truth. It was about 6 months ago. It was a little accident. Give me a break. Us old men have accidents. I wear big pants for a reason. 6 months ago, eh? Oh, tragedy that Acro lost his leg. Let's see here. To the murder. That's from the polite. Where do you find all the rest of this note anyway? It would be best if I didn't tell Mo where I found it. Don't worry about it, Mo. If I didn't need to worry about it, you should have shown it to me. Sorry. Okay, let's save. Let's see if we can break this. Get over it. Oh, please tell us what happened 6 months ago. What in the world went on at the circus? Okay, there's no need to look so scary when you ask me. Hey, look over there, some juicy burgers, let's eat instead. Unfortunately, I'm more of a grilled chicken sandwich man myself. Actually, I've kinda got an idea what happened back then. What? Oh, you said something about an accident? That wouldn't happen to the cause of that accident, would it? Okay, we don't have the piece of information yet. So let's reload. They must have taken Maxine for questioning again. There isn't anything we need to ask him right now anyway. You're right, I guess. Alright, let's go then. What's not here? What's that? I hear something. Stop it, Nick. You're scaring me. Nick, it's money. The monkey's holding something. That's it. That means a lot of Regina, remember? Alright, time to take this monkey attorney style. Ooh, scratch, scratch. Wahoo! Ah! Yikes. Wow. Try to have monkey talk with him. Alright, Nick, you. Swapping while money was distracted. Wow, you're a little bold today, Nick. Let me see it. Ah, you can see it fine from where you are. You know what I mean? I really want to try on Regina's costume. Maybe then they'll take you in the circus and I can get some peace and quiet. What's the matter now? It doesn't fit me at all. Oh well, guess it's time for you to lay off the burgers. Not to mention, it doesn't look like something any girl I know would actually wear. Okay. Move to the lodging again. Move to the circus entrance. Move to the big top. Present the top. Here you go, Regina. Yay, thank you. You really got it back for me. Don't mention it. I love you, Mr. Turney. It's nothing. No wonder guys melted the mush in front of this girl. Isn't she like fucking 16? Like what the fuck, bro? Hey, Regina. That costume is yours, right? I tried it on, but it didn't fit me. What? This costume? This isn't mine, it was Leon's. Leon's? You know, the Leon she told us about. Oh, the one that someone killed. Leon. He was killed, wasn't he? That's right, my dad killed him. Why? Well, Leon did something really bad during practice. Leon was sitting down and then he opened his mouth, you know? Go! Uh-huh. Usually when he did that, I would put my head into his mouth. Uh-huh. Wait, you put your head into a lion's mouth? Sure did. People in the crowd always loved seeing me do that. Always start screaming. Sure they were screaming because they loved seeing you do that? Anyways. What was the bad thing? Oh yeah, Leon bit someone during the practice. Regina, everything was alright though, right? Oh, it wasn't alright. That was the problem. My dad was incredibly angry. That's when Leon... Yeah, that's when he became a star in the sky. Poor thing. Okay, so Leon bit the acro, and that's what happened. But why is he angry about the accident? The other guy. Okay. Well, let's just move to the cafeteria, and I'm gonna save it here, and next time we'll finish this case, hopefully. I hope we have enough time for that next time. But yeah, we just need to tell him basically that he bit the tiger bit the acro. That's gonna break this wall. We'll get some information, then we'll go for acro, break that wall, and we'll see how it goes. Either way, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care, bye bye.